Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hi, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing so well today. I am back again. I am trying. If you're keeping up at home on the YouTubies, I am trying to get back into like regularly scheduled Twitch streams. Although I did have this thought. I'm literally going to New York next week, so uh next week is not going to be a regular schedule. But you know what? We're here today. We'll be here. Here's the schedule for this week. We're here today. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here Wednesday. We'll be here Thursday. And then you get what you get. You don't throw a fit next week when I potentially only stream once or twice. But anyways, it is Crocktober. And we haven't, I don't think we've watched any crockpot recipes yet this year for Crocktober 2024. So we're watching Mandy from Managing the Maze. I don't know why she's rebranding as Sammy. As Sammy May. I don't know why she's rebranding. But she does have a video that she posted one day ago. And, well, I should click on it because the title's too long, so it cuts off in this. About crockpot recipes. Oh,
Today's
calm down. Oh, not yet. It's the video's called 5 Unbelievable Fall Dump and Go DUMPNGO Crockpot Recipes You Will Go Crazy Over. Bar! I gotta get my bars where I can get my bars. Simple and amazing meals. And so that's what we're watching. We will be ignoring the people in the chat who are mad that
love my cream all week.
The people in the chat who are mad that I blocked the word Cocktober. And they're proving exactly why I did it, because I think last year at this time, people were annoying as hell with it, so I blocked the word. It's Crocktober. But also, Jen Chapin, I just turned the alerts off, so no need to remind me. But Jen Chapin, thank you so much for subscribing at Tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Appreciate that. Also, well, never mind. Jen, I'll text you later. I feel like you texted me and about like eventually being in Chicago at some point, and I never followed up with you about it, or like we never made solid plans. So I'll follow up with you about it, but just seeing your name, a lot's been going on in my life, so we should reconnect about that. For real. Anyways, all of that's besides the point. We're here to watch this crockpot, this fall dump and go. I am kind of curious about like what will particularly make these fall dump and go recipes. She does like to, like, Miss Mandy May likes to, words hard. She likes to have like seasonal recipes, or like call things seasonal recipes. But I'm not entirely convinced that these are going to be any more fall than like her summer crockpot recipes were summer. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So we'll see. She has 5 recipes. The video's only 12 minutes long. I figured for a week where I was like trying to just get back into a regular schedule that like a 12-minute video is like a great video for us to get started with. It's like really easing us back into a regular work week, if you will. Her fall inspired is like her Mexican inspired. Probably. Imagine she just puts pumpkin spice seasoning into all of them and calls it a day. Absolutely. Will there be bloopers? I'm gonna guess probably not. But if you wanted to do that as a poll, I guess we could. I feel like there's probably better polls we could do, like better predictions. I don't know what that is though, but I feel like there's something. Like how many recipes will it, like we've done cream cheese. We could also do a poa poa ring. We could do how many will have poa poa rings? Cream cheese bricks more or less than 3? Poa poa ring is always subjective. But it's less subjective than how many are actual dump and go recipes. I think we did that the last time we watched her, and people were really fighting. People were fighting in the chat, and I'm just like, I'm all about peace and love, baby. I don't want any drama over here today. Got enough drama in my own life. Like I don't need that in my Twitch chat right now, you know? You feel me? How many cans of soup? We could do how many recipes will have cans of soup in them. I rewatched that stream last night and it was a mess over the leftover beef. Exactly. That was exactly it. She pulled out some like frozen leftover beef or something that she had, and people wanted to fight about that. I think we'll do how many poa poa rings, just, just for true, just like, because we haven't done it in a long time. Well, actually, let me see if we already have, one of these, or I don't think we do. How many recipes will have poa? I think I can probably just put poo poo ring. If you don't know what I mean by poa poa ring, sometimes when Mandy makes crock pot recipes, there's like a brown ring that forms around the crock pot that looks like poo poo. Like a poo poo ring in the toilet. And sometimes her recipes have them and sometimes they don't. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a poa poa ring prediction. You have 2 minutes. Feel free to get started. Like, how thick and visible does it need to be poa poa? Yeah, I'm just gonna be the judge of it. And if it looks like a poo-poo ring to me, then it counts. And you just gotta be okay with that. Like, we're not not your mom is thick and visible. Not the your mom joke in 2024. But it's usually pretty obvious, okay? Like, if you've watched this before, it's like usually pretty clear if there's a poa poa ring or not. And if it's, like, dare I say, if it's questionable if it's there or not, then it probably isn't, you know? This is just like, also, sometimes I think about where my life is at. And like, how did we get here to where I'm talking about like poop rings and a crock pot? How did we get there? You know? Lots of questions, lots of things to figure out. But here we are. All right. If Twitch, sorry, I just realized I like kind of dissociated for a second. Twitch, if you're ready to get the reaction started, you can obviously still participate in the prediction. But if you're ready to get the reaction started, could you put some 69s in the chat? I would appreciate that. That would be great. Also, I just know the YouTubies have been yearning for some crockpot content. It makes a lot of sense to me while Mandy May makes so much of this content, because It consistently always does well on my channel when we react to it. So I imagine it does, like, it's probably like pretty consistent for her too. You know? You feel me? You feel me now, Mr. Krabs? Good. Good. Not the crock tent. Not the crock tent. Alright. Great. Stunning. Amazing. Oh, it's time to be real. I'm gonna be real right now, real quick. HOTTOGODUMPNGO. Masha, thanks so much for 2 months of subscribing. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thick and visible is the new loud and clear. That tongue is real thick and visible. I did not realize y'all were taking and running with this, like, thick and visible nonsense. Alright, let's get to, shall we? Oh, let me put our captions on. I got the captions on. Alright, here we go.
Today's video is all about easy, dump and go, crock pot recipes.
What is this music? Wait, what? I don't like the, like, easy jazz. I'm also, like, fully muting just because I don't know. I don't need whatever is gonna come from that music.
Hey y'all, I'm
Hi.
Sammy and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 dump and go crock pot recipes that are perfect for this time of year.
Let's go, baby.
So sit back and relax, grab you some sweet tea, and let me do all the cooking.
Also,
come on y'all, let's go.
Also, just from the little preview and the, like, intro with the sexy jazz music, I'm like, none of that was necessarily giving fall vibes to me. Because that's still my, I mean, outside of the Poa Poa rings, outside of the Poo Poo rings, outside of the Croc ring, like, not, like, my larger question is just, like, what makes these perfect for the fall? You know? I would like to know about that.
So let's start out this video with some cheesy chicken.
Why is she whispering in my ear? Wait, why is she... Why is she whispering in my ear? She doesn't normally do that, right? Why has she got Chantal's low BMI voice on?
Broccoli and rice. This is an absolute favorite of ours, as are all of these recipes, but this one is definitely a crowd pleaser.
The ranch
So
packet,
I
let's
heaped
go.
up 3 to 4 large chicken breasts, and I just seasoned it up with some Kinder's buttery garlic and herb and caramelized onion butter, along with 1 packet of the dry ranch mix.
Okay.
Gave that a good stir, and now
we're not even using just, like, rice. We're using, like, the Knorr rice side situation types of deals. Cool. Stunning.
we're going to add in a chicken and broccoli and a cheddar and broccoli by the Knorr rice sides. So you just dump both of those right over top of that chicken and ranch.
Are we gonna put actual broccoli in this? I don't remember if I remember seeing broccoli on the ingredients.
Then you're going to add in 1 can of cream of chicken and 1...
And I'm also just imagining between the packaged rice side situation types of deals and also the cans of soup, like so much sodium, like, has to be so fucking salty.
1 can of cream of mushroom, along with 1 medium diced up onion. And then instead of using the water like the recipe called for, I like to use 2 cans of chicken stock right on into those soup cans. Dump both of those right on in there.
Right, because she called this broccoli. Yeah, if you look at the little tags on the bottom of the screen, it says cheesy chicken, broccoli, and rice. So I'm curious if there's actually going to be broccoli in it.
And give that a good old mix through.
Because she put some fresh onion in it. But maybe the broccoli just comes from the rice packets.
And just to make sure that everything is well combined.
This is going to be so salty. Don't use broth. Yeah, the broth probably is going to also add more salt to already salty processed foods.
Once you have that in there, you'll just pop the lid on this crock pot and cook it on high for 2 hours. Once that 2 hours is up, you will go ahead and add in 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese.
So far, I would not say this is not a thick and visible poo-poo ring yet. There is some brown right here. That's giving, like, skid mark, but it's not giving ring. It's not giving ring. I don't think the recipe's done yet. There's still time. It's not quite a ring yet. At most, it's a skid mark. Okay?
And 2 cups of
there is broccoli. Okay.
Now, I used the frozen kind and just chopped it up a little bit.
Work.
Give all of that a good stir together just to make sure everything is well combined.
Okay.
And that broccoli and cheese is mixed through everything.
More cheese?
And then I'm going to use some garlic and herb cheese and...
More cheese. This really is going to be so salty. It's going to be so salty. It's not a diet meal. Not at all. The only thing that this kind of gives fall vibes for is, like, I do love, like, a broccoli cheddar soup. And I think soup always gives fall vibes. That's not necessarily what this is giving. But I could maybe make a fall connection there.
And some...
Otherwise, I think it's only fall because she's making it during the fall, you know? I think that's the only thing that's, like, truly fall about this. Megan in the chat saying it's hearty. I guess so. I guess, like, in the fall, you want something really hearty.
Some sharp cheddar right over the top. You need about 2 cups.
That's so much
Pop the lid back
cheese.
on that, and then just let that cook on low for about another 35 minutes. That way that broccoli will get heated through and cooked up, and that cheese is all nice and melty.
Well, sorry. I got too focused. We got to go see this better. I was too focused on, like, trying to see if I felt like it was a poa poa ring. What I will say is, look at the pools of grease from the melted cheese. That's always, like, my favorite thing about Miss Mandy May's, like, little crock pot recipes, is because there's always just, like, a pool of grease. There's so much cheese in this, you're going to be constipated all the way through winter. She said the reason this is a fall recipe is because you use it so you don't poop until the winter's over. Your ability to poop goes into hibernation. Jen, thanks for those bits. Appreciate it. Get me a straw. A straw to slurp up the grease? I will say, just for the record, I'm not seeing a ring. It's not giving the ring.
That way that broccoli will get heated through and cooked up, and that cheese is all nice and...
It is giving, once again, it's giving skid
melty.
mark. But that's not, this is not a thick and visible ring. It really isn't.
Now, would you just look at this deliciousness right here? It is amazing, y'all. And I just served it with some more cheese.
More? She said, I just served it with more cheese. At this point, what does garnishing it with more cheese do? Like, listen, I love cheese, y'all. I really do. I really love cheese. I frequently eat cheese, no lies here. It's something I do enjoy. But I'm like, at this point, it's pretty cheesy. It's cheese with a bit of broccoli and rice to season. And chicken! There's chicken in this too. Can you believe? Can you believe there's also chicken in this? We only want thick and visible crock rings. Exactly. Exactly.
And some parsley right on top. But this one is definitely a winner chicken dinner. Hey, if you're liking the video so far, how about hitting that subscribe button and becoming part of my YouTube family? I would love to have
yeah, sure.
Have you. Now
y'all, okay, so I'm gonna say that did not count as a poa poa ring. No poa poa ring there. None at all. But we do have more canned soup for this next one. We have more canned soup for it.
Moving right along, we're going to make an easy beef stroganoff. I have always loved beef stroganoff.
Stroganoff? Wait, I'm obsessed with how she says that. Stroganoff? Y'all ever go stroganoff at the end of a long day? I love stroganoff at the end of a long day. I guess she's not necessarily pronouncing it wrong. It just doesn't sound like it sounds like she's saying stroganoff. I would say stroganoff. Beef stroganoff. I guess maybe we're not saying it all that differently. Look at those meat flaps. Is there oops, I didn't mean to push that. Is there something wrong with the meat flaps? My mom used to make deer stroganoff all the time. So basically beef stroganoff except with deer meat. It was something we ate a lot growing up. And I did like it. I did like it and enjoy it. I could see maybe this being a fall recipe though. I guess.
We're going to make an easy beef stroganoff. Yeah. I have always loved beef stroganoff, and this one is so easy to throw together. We're going to start out by spraying a 7-quart crock pot, and then...
I also feel like we've seen her make this before. I could be wrong. Venison stroganoff in my Midwest household was a hit. Yeah, I mean, like, my family... My dad was a hunter, and he also was a taxidermist, and so we frequently, like, between, like, him hunting deer on his own and, like, sometimes people who wanted him to, like, do deer heads for him would give us the meat from the deer. We just ate a lot of deer meat, because it was cheaper that way. Like, it was a way that that we could eat, you know? For cheaper than like going and buying meat from the store.
And dumping 1 medium diced up onion in there.
I will say the thing I always hated about beef stroganoff though, or deer stroganoff or whatever, either way, was when like even in like the cream of mushroom soup there'd be little tiny bits of mushroom and the texture was just always so gross to me, but it is what it is.
Here, along with some chuck steaks that I sliced up.
Oh, and then the canned ass mushrooms. Them canned ass mushrooms. Ugh. I mean, I don't like mushrooms in general, but canned mushrooms also always just like gross me out. The texture is so gross.
And then 2.
I know some people like them though, so it's fine, but just not for me.
2 small cans of mushrooms. That's totally optional. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Go right on in top of that.
Does she just have one crock pot or multiple crock pots? She actually has multiple. Like, she has several different, like, sizes of them. So, I think in some videos we've seen her use, like, 3 to 4 different ones in just the span of one video before.
Then we're going to season it up with some caramelized onion butter by Kinder's, along with some buttery garlic and herb. I love their seasonings.
Yeah,
and
you do
some
say
Birria
that.
Complete, or you could
course.
use any other complete seasoning. Give that a good stir together right in your crock pot. No needing and dirtying up another dish.
No need.
Then we're going to add in...
I do love that. I do love that. Mandy May, I've been asking you to just do everything in one crock pot and not dirtying up another dish. That's the spirit of a dump and go recipe, where you are not gonna dirty extra dishes for no damn reason, you know? Like, I'm loving that we're cooking the meat in the slow cooker. You know what she's probably not gonna cook in the slow cooker though? The noodles. She's probably gonna cook the noodles separately.
And 1 can of cream of mushroom, and 1 can of cream of mushroom with herbs and garlic.
Oh, great. I love a fucking blob of cream of soup.
You'll stir all of that together and just kind of smooth that soup out on top.
Watch it jiggle.
You'll stir all of that together and just kind of smooth that soup out on top.
Love watching cream of soup jiggle.
Then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of beef broth right to the top of it. Now you'll pop the lid on that and let it cook on low for about 8 to 10 hours.
Oh, that's a poo-poo ring. Besties, that is a poo-poo ring. There's no question about that. That is poo-poo ring. Yes. Yep. Yep. We got one poo-poo ring. One poo-poo ring. I think it's because did she? I think we've speculated in the past that it has something to do with her like spraying down her crock pot with like cooking spray. And I do remember for this recipe she said that she sprayed it. I can't remember if she did it for the last one. Also things to note. Look at I think this is more pools of grease. Like, the different colors of the grease. Like, I don't know why this is, like, radioactive yellow. Like, like, why is this part in particular radioactive yellow, but then, like, the grease over here looks, like, gray? I just don't really understand that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't understand that narrative.
Once that is cooked through, you'll get your little meat masher right here and just kind of break up those pieces of beef in there. And then once you have that pretty well mixed together, you're going to add in 8 ounces of sour cream.
More dairy. Stunning.
I just have the small container here. Now you'll get that stirred through to where it's nice and creamy.
Oh, we don't get... She did just cook the noodles separately. All right. Great. Stunning. Whatever.
I served mine over some egg noodles with some parsley and some sweet peas. It's the perfect combination. It was so good and definitely belly filling for sure. Definitely give...
What do you know about filling that belly? I need my belly filled, if you know what I'm saying. Why did I say that? The fuck? The fuck, Zachary? Your problem.
This one a try, y'all. Now, moving right along, we're gonna try some birria tacos. I know.
Did she work on her pronunciation of that? Also, we've definitely watched her make these tacos before. We've 100% seen this before because she struggled so hard pronouncing it the last time. So hard. So she really worked on that. She really worked through that.
I probably didn't say that right, but that is how I pronounce it. I'm a Southern West Virginian Mississippi gal.
Oh, look at all the cooking spray that's in there.
Into a sprayed 7-quart crock pot, we're gonna start off with this jarred Birria sauce, and I poured probably about a half a cup of that in there, laid our chuck roast right on top, and then poured the rest of that sauce right on top of it.
Okay.
You can't get much simpler than this.
I find it hard to believe that this is a recipe. But I guess I get it. Maybe somebody didn't think about doing this in their crock pot.
Pop that lid on.
But like just like the pouring pre-made sauce over a slab of meat is not necessarily like a YouTube worthy recipe in my opinion.
On it and let it cook on low for 10 hours. Then you are left with a house that smells heavenly.
That is also giving poo-poo ring. We are at 2 poo-poo rings. That's absolutely a poo-poo ring. Oh my god. The thing about the cooking spray, I have a crock pot. I feel like these days at most what I use it for is to make a buffalo chicken dip. I just made some yesterday. And it's just like never occurred to me to like need to spray or like spray the inside of my crock pot with cooking spray. Because usually, especially if you're cooking beef, that's gonna release, like, grease and things like that anyways. It's not like it's gonna stick. Like, there is gonna naturally be fat from, like, the whatever meat you're cooking that's going to come off of it. So it's really not going to like stick to the crock pot. So I just don't understand that. Not to mention, like, this is like mostly liquid in here. What do you know about releasing the grease? I don't think I guess I did probably say the phrase releasing grease. Nobody needs to release the grease. Oh my God, wait, one of the things I didn't tell y'all that I did this weekend on Sunday was the Chicago Marathon. And I used to go and cheer at the Chicago Marathon all the time back in the day. One of the schools that I used to work and live at, the Chicago Marathon goes like right past it. And so I would just like leave my building, walk out of my building, and like they ran right past and I would cheer for them. But anyways, my friend Emily, who's been in some videos on my channel and things like that before, her dad runs it every year. And I know him because I went to high school with her. And so he like comes to Chicago to run it. And I went with her yesterday, and there was a point to this. Release the grease. There was this woman standing next to us. And this woman was holding up a sign that said, "Don't trust the fart." And I was like, that is such a funny fucking sign to be holding up. I was like, that is a hilarious sign to be holding up for these people running a marathon right now. Could you imagine running the marathon and like shitting yourself and getting like, I do know that that's like a thing for like long distance runners. That's a struggle. Like I can't imagine being so proud of myself for finishing a marathon, but also like literally shitting myself, you know? Like that would be devastating to me to accomplish something like that and to poop myself. Like I do know it's a thing. I get why she was holding up the sign. Like no need to explain it to me, but I would just be so devastated. I would be mortified. I would be mortified.
Let me tell you something. Now this does have a little bit of a kick to it, so if you don't like a little bit of spice, you might
Famously
not want to
hate
try
spice.
this one.
No, I do like
But
spice.
it is not hot by no means. I don't like super spicy stuff, so this one, it didn't bother me at all. Now you can see that I have all that beef nice and shredded, and it shreds amazingly. I'm just going to use some flour tortillas, some...
She doesn't know how to say that.
Ocoxa cheese, a lime, some fresh...
Coxa cheese? Crocktober?
cilantro, and some sour cream. I know I probably didn't say that cheese name right either, but it's like a Mexican mozzarella.
It's like a Mexican mozzarella. I'm not entirely sure about that, but sure. Whatever you say, Mandy May.
My stove has a middle grate that is a griddle. So we just pop those corn tortillas or flour tortillas right on over there and some of that birria sauce. And then we put some of the meat, the cheese, onions, and cilantro right on top.
I would fuck with this, just to be clear. I wouldn't probably do the way that she made beef stroganoff simply because I don't like canned mushrooms. But I think both of the other, like all the other recipes I would eat. I would. Why not?
Y'all can see how crispy and beautiful these taco shells turned out. They are amazingly crispy, and then you've got the warmth and the spice. And then you can dip it into that birria sauce, or you can dip it in sour cream like I have here. And I just served that up with some yellow rice on the side. And y'all,
she really did work on the pronunciation of Birria, which, like, honestly, I probably don't say myself. So I'm proud. Like, she's working. She's making improvements.
This is so good. If you can find that, I found mine at Kroger's. So if you have a Kroger's, see if they've got that sauce and give these a try.
Well,
y'all.
yeah, because that's the only way you can recreate this recipe. Because you didn't tell us how to make an actual sauce. You said just go buy shit.
You won't regret it, I promise. Look at that cheese pull. So good.
Wow.
Now, we're moving right along in.
This is a fucking tater tot casserole again. Also, none of these are giving fall. None of it. I'm not willing to give any of this fall because I've seen her make these same recipes not in the fall. You know, none of this is giving fall. If one of these, I think the closest she could get is if one of these recipes is like chili. Like that would give fall, you know? And I think we've seen her make chili before too.
To chicken tater tot casserole right into the crock pot, y'all. This one was amazing. It is a must try. Winner chicken dinner for sure.
Winner
into
chicken
a
dinner.
7-ounce sprayed or 7-quart.
Those little medallion tater tots go hard. They remind me of the Hardee's, where I used to famously work in high school. I love a Hardee's tater tot, to be honest with you. I think we called them hash rounds. I think we called them hash rounds, but love these little medallion shits.
Sprayed crock pot. Wouldn't do very well with a 7-ounce crock pot, would you? I dumped half of a bag of tater tots right in the bottom. We're going to put about a half a cup of bacon bits on top of those.
I need some tater tots. I need some tater tots dumped into my bottom, you know? Justice for bottoms.
Along with about a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese.
I do feel like putting tater tots at the bottom of a crock pot might necessitate spraying your crock pot. Cause like, yeah. I also feel like it's gonna be soggy as hell. Like, why would I want a soggy ass tater tot at the bottom of my crock pot? It's gonna get all the juices from this chicken. I feel like a tater tot casserole, it's like you top it with the tater tots and they get crispy and golden.
Now we're going to take 2 large chicken breasts that I have diced up, or chopped up I should say, into just chunks. We'll season that with some black garlic, the Kinder's buttery garlic and herb.
She somehow is sponsored simultaneously by Kinder's and Birria, because like she puts the same. We've talked about this before too, so I don't need to beat a dead horse. But like everything's got to taste somewhat the same in her home because she uses the same 3 seasonings on every recipe.
And the buttery poultry blend. All of these seasonings by Kinder's are so good. I really wish they would sponsor me though. And of course, some caramelized.
Yeah, they don't gotta sponsor you because you're out here using them anyways, even if you don't.
Onion butter as well. Then we're going to take some more bacon bits right on top. Like I said, about a half a cup. And more cheese.
This kind of make me hungry though. I was planning on maybe immediately showering after stream and then eating and then maybe filming for the main channel because why not? What else am I doing with my life? But I might have to like move eating up in the in the timeline.
These 2, half a cup of that. Then we're gonna dump the rest of the tater tots right on top.
And then that's the other thing is even if these tater tots are on top, like they are not going to. There's no way that cooking a tater tot in a crock pot is ever gonna make them crispy. You know, like ain't no way that's getting any of it's gonna be crispy, and like that's like a part of the joy of a tater tot.
And you guessed it, more bacon and more cheese. Cause more cheese, more better. More cheese, more better. Then we top that right off with some pepper and 3/4 cup of milk right to the top. I did pour this over everything slowly though.
Okay.
Then we'll place our.
I feel like there's got to be a poo-poo ring on this. There's got to be.
It right on top of our slow cooker, and this cooks on low for about 4.5 to 5 hours. Now, the sides are not burnt at all. It is just nice and browned up. And let me tell you something about
the sides aren't burnt at all? What do you mean?
The flavor of this, y'all.
Or is that... I'm like, it's kind of hard to tell if that's like the food is burnt or if that's just the poo-poo ring on the end. Or like... You know what I'm saying? It just looks like it's burnt. Like, it It almost doesn't look like a poo-poo ring. It looks like it's maybe just burnt. Or maybe it's both. I need to see her. The problem is that she's scraping it down. So I need to see what it looks like once she removes part of the tater tot casserole situation.
Oh, it is amazing. If you've never tried this one before, trust me, see if you have all the ingredients and definitely make it for your family. You won't regret it, I promise you. It is so good.
I'm feeling like that's... Oh, she's putting more cheese on it?
Now, since I scraped down the sides, I'm going to cover it in about 2 cups of sliced up cheddar, shredded cheddar. Sliced up, shredded up, whatever you want to call it. Right onto the top.
Why is she putting more cheese? Well, why is there... Why more cheese?
Above it. Now, once you have all that cheese on there, you're going to pop the lid back on that and let that cook on low for about 20 minutes, just so that cheese can get all
I don't know.
nice.
I'm conflicted. It's not really giving poo-poo ring. It's just giving burnt. That's what it was giving. It wasn't giving poo-poo at all. If I'm being honest... It's, like I said, like, if it's not clear enough, it's not really giving poo-poo to me. But it is giving burnt. It was giving burnt.
Melty and ooey gooey right over the top of that. Now, it is so simple to serve up. Just get you a big old heaping helping of it. Put it on your plate. And you've guessed it, mo cheese. Some homemade ranch dressing and some parsley right over the top of that, and this makes for the perfect supper. If you...
I cannot, and if I eat this, I also won't be giving poop. I don't know, like, I love the concept of tater tot casserole, have had it in my life, having grown up in the Midwest. I would eat this, but, like, would not be my preferred way of doing it, you know? Why is it running? Well, I think that's the ranch she just drizzled on it.
If you like today's video, please give me a big old thumbs up.
How many recipes are we at? Do we have one more? There's still time left in the video. We must have one more.
Hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. And
I'm not going to count that one for poo-poo ring. So currently we're at 2, which I think we do have one more recipe, because I think that's 4 so far.
I'd love to have y'all.
Yeah, I don't know why that ranch was runny. I like a more creamy ranch, not sperm everywhere. Not it's giving jizz. Whose jizz is looking like that? Y'all are seeing jizz that looks like that? that is that runny? Are you serious? I don't... Yeah, I need a thick invisible ranch. Give me a thick invisible ranch.
Now we're going to move right on into probably one of the easiest crock pot recipes ever, which are Mississippi.
Easier than you just putting a chunk of meat in the crock pot and dumping a pre-made sauce on top of it. This is what is this? Mississippi meatballs. So she's just making Mississippi beef, Mississippi chicken. We have watched 1,200 people know about the Mississippi crock pot recipe. we know. We've done it. We know.
Mississippi meatballs.
She's just doing it with meatballs.
I love Mississippi anything because these were amazing. Into a 7-quart sprayed crock pot, we're going to dump a 32-ounce bag of the home-style meatballs for this one, y'all. Don't use Italian. I'm not a big fan of the Italian frozen meatballs. But
do people eat this just meatballs and banana pepper rings? I know people eat, like, Mississippi chicken and Mississippi beef like that. I think often they, like, have it with something else as, like, a side. Like, not with it. Like, they have things with it, like sides with it, not just alone.
These home-style ones, they're amazing. 1 stick of butter, I just cut that up into pats, put that right over the top of it. Then we're going to take 1 packet, which is 1 ounce of the au jus mix, sprinkle that right over the top.
Okay, work.
Along with 1 1-ounce packet of the dry ranch mix. That goes right over the top of that. You don't.
I love that she'll make a homemade ranch, which also probably mostly amounts to her using a packet of ranch, but like she won't make any kind of homemade sauces to like cook her food in.
Stir anything or nothing. These are so good. Then, instead of the pepperoncini peppers, I like to use the mild banana pepper rings because there again, I'm not too much of a spicy girl. So, that whole jar.
Are pepperoncinis spicy? Are they spicy? I don't think I have them often, but I don't know.
Goes right over the top of them because I love my banana peppers. Once those cook on low.
This is giving skid mark, not poo-poo ring.
For about 5.5 to 6 hours.
Maybe in the future we can do a skid mark prediction.
First, you'll just go ahead and give those a stir and make sure that that jus, the gravy, gets nice and mixed up. Look at those meatballs. They were so yummy.
And there you go.
Now, I served this over some homemade mashed taters right there, and I just put a little sprinkle of parsley right over the top.
Yummy.
Now, this one makes for a wonderful rib sticking and belly filling meal. You'll have to give these a try.
All right, y'all. That is it for today's video.
Ooh, the audio switch up caught me off guard.
I truly hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me some comments down below. Give me some thumbs ups and hit that like button or the subscribe button too. It is completely free, and I would love to have y'all as part of my YouTube family. If you are in need,
I wonder if she heard me. I wonder if she's watched my videos and she's like, no more bloopers, which is not actually necessarily the feedback I gave. Just to be clear, like. I feel like the feedback I tried to give was like, oh, your personality during the bloopers is sometimes really fun. Could we have more of that? Some more like unprocessed, unedited, like who are you? Show me more of you.
of prayer, please let me know down below, and I would be honored to pray for you all. And if you're looking for some other meal inspiration, check out these other 2 videos on your screen right now. But until next time, God bless.
I like her shirt.
Bye.
Her shirt is cute. I'm not somebody saying that shirt's giving grandma at church. Okay, well, I thought it was cute. Alright, so only 2 recipes had like a thick, invisible poa ring. So congratulations to the 19 people who picked 2. You're a winner, baby. You're a winner, baby. Congratulations to y'all. And YouTubies. That's it for today. That's it for today. Bye, YouTubies. Subscribe.